But this one really grossed me out.
Oh no.
But it's also like it goes into transhumanism. It goes into kind of man taking what God made and trying to twist it and make it into his own thing. Basically, they're called organoids or lab-grown brains.
Oh my gosh.
And this is what's really creepy about it. Basically, they stimulate stem cells in a specific way, and it causes that it to form like brain tissue and form structures like similar to a brain. And so they create these lab-grown brains. And what they do is they hook them into a computer.
Oh my gosh.
And they teach it just like they would teach AI.
What are people doing?
So it's kind of like Jurassic Park. You're so busy trying to figure out if you could, you never ask if you should.
What a nightmarish idea, too. Like, what a literally nightmarish idea.
And even I guess the people doing it have asked ethical questions like, I don't know if this is ethically right.
It's not.
But
Shoot.
what they've been doing is it has brainwave activity similar to a premature human baby.
Oh my gosh.
So these little organoids are sitting there, and one of the things I guess they taught it how, or they showed it Pong. And they're like, here, just take this, and it just showed it to it. Didn't give him any instructions or anything, and it learned how to play Pong in, I believe, 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Or after 10 tries or something like that, where it took a normal AI model like 5,000 or something like that. But AI can obviously do it quickly because it's not, but it only took it about 5 tries and it actually started playing Pong.
What a sick and twisted thing to do. Like, why would you... Like, that's the stuff of nightmares.
And this is what I'm saying. Like, this is why it's just disturbing. And I think it's demonic in a way. But they're just kind of creating these different brains. They're stimulating these stem cells, creating these brains. And they put these brains in like a simulation of a butterfly where it thinks it's a butterfly.
Oh my God.
Like, it can feel, know everything. Like, it literally thinks it's a butterfly.
Where are they doing these experiments? Where is this?
I don't know. I know one company though, and we're going to get to that too, because so they're like, this is biocomputing. This is something you can store like your data on, things like that, these organoid things. And so there's actually a company called Final Spark, and I actually got on their website and I was looking at it and stuff, and they sell computing from these organoid brains because they're more energy efficient than a normal computer. So it doesn't take near as much energy to operate them. So they're like, this is the solution to our energy problem that we're having with AI. Because if I just read an article where AI is actually starting to get wonky on power grids, where it's starting to affect power grids.
Starting to tip them over.
Yes, companies are starting to draw so much more power because of AI. So they're like, this is our solution. We can grow these organoids and you can do your computing on that.
I just can't get like, this is a literal, like...
So it's a nightmare. It basically goes from a digital processor to a bioprocessor is what they're calling it. So there's stuff like this now coming out. And the reason why I bring this up is, remember we talked about a couple episodes ago about how Jesus said there would be basically monstrous sights. I think this is one of those monstrous sights that we're seeing. Very, very strange and very...
Yeah. I mean...
inhuman.
This, too, another, kind of goes back to World War II and what the Japanese and the Germans were doing with people.
Yeah.
I can't go into detail, but they were doing things that were similar to this, but in a even more disturbing way.
Right.
And I think we're starting to see that kind of come back in a subtle way with this. And this has been happening for many years. Mm-hmm. The organoid thing is not new. Like they've stored a lot of data on what they call basically DNA strands, but it's like you said, it's biocomputing. But they found out that DNA can hold a significantly higher amount of data than a regular hard drive. So they're starting to experiment because they know God's creation is significantly more advanced. The human brain, they still don't understand it. And they're saying, it was like 8 years ago, they were saying that it would take a computer, I think it was like 8 petaflops of compute power to match the human brain. Well, they started getting to that point and they realized that we're still not even close.
Dang.
And our brain runs on the equivalent of like 15 watts versus 30,000 watts.
Yeah.
You know, and we're not even getting close to what God created with that. And that's why they're trying to create these biocomputers, because they're trying to mimic what
God
works.
did.
Yeah, and I was just gonna say we're playing God here. You know,
Yeah.
we're creating human brains for technology, and you know, I've also seen
To be used and farmed.
to be used and farmed. Like it's not like
And the weird thing about it is they can feel. Like, they know because
Yeah.
in this simulation they can feel.
They have a
Right.
pain
They have
response.
they have all these different things. They can experience what it's like to be a butterfly.
yeah.
You know, go ahead.
Well, but then you like I've also seen things about like babies in like they're trying to figure out how to put babies in artificial wombs and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And you know,
I think they were successful in that.
I
Don't
don't-
quote me on
I
that.
don't
I think
know.
they were.
I saw it though and was it's just we're playing God, and that's very very dangerous territory.
Well, it's wild because you have these people and they're, the arbiters of morality. They always say, what's right and what's wrong. Gosh, it's such an aggravating, disgusting thing hearing this. Like, how do you sit there and in any way convince yourself what you're doing isn't the most evil thing in the world?
And honestly, I think it's just a spirit. It's the same spirit that Micah was talking about, you know, with the World War II stuff. And,
Right.
you know, I'm sure it's the same spirit that created the Nephilim.
And there's nothing new under the sun. But the reason why I bring up that too is, like I said, you're seeing stuff like that too, and you're going to see it more and more popular. I mean, it's hitting my feed. Mm-hmm. Mike has already known about this, but it's hitting my feed, who is fairly like normal. Like I don't have. I'm not I'm not super invested in technology, is what I'm saying, at all, like by any way, shape, or form. And it's hitting my feed.
Yeah.
Like, hey, this is what's out now, and it's like, what? Like, so, you're going to see this stuff. They're going to try and now implement it into people, things like that. I think that's, it could be somehow implemented for the mark of the beast, where you have transhumanism. I don't know how it's all going to play out, but it's just something to be aware of. And just what they're doing as far as AI, they're trying to do it in not just supercomputers like with
Right.
Google's, but they're also trying to do it organically. They're doing all sorts of different things that, are very morally
Reprehensible.
strange and
Well,
not good.
That one.